Hello, welcome or welcome back. My name is Ari, and today is a really quick rundown of my Orilium TBR for the spring semester. The Magical Readathon, or Orilium Academy, whatever you want to call it, is a readathon run every year, twice a year, by GE at Book Roast. It's a magic school, and there's 2 semesters, one in the spring, one in the fall. You pick a career that you want to eventually achieve, and then take classes designed to get that degree for that career. I do Alchemist every year. You can't see this. I'll put it up here. It has a lot of prompts, but for the spring semester, this is the syllabus. Again, you can't see this. I don't know why I keep holding them up. This is the syllabus for like every single prompt you could possibly do, and it's not that many, so I usually try to do all of these. I will prioritize the Alchemist ones, but I will probably do all of them. This TBR is going to be all of them. So let's just go through one by one, starting from the top at Alchemy. The course focus for Alchemy this semester is Transmutation Circles, and the prompt is a book with a circle on the cover. For this, I'm reading The Hemlock Queen. See the little symbol in the center has a circle, and that's it. This class is Animal Studies, and the course focus for the year is Pebble Ducks. I don't know what a pebble duck is, but okay. This one is a book with a yellow title. For that, I'm reading The Inheritance Games by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. I'm not going to give the plots of any of these, I'm just telling you what books I'm reading. Next up, the course is Art of Illusion, and the focus is Shadow Play. And for this one, they want the word game or play in the title. For this, I'm going to read The Wishing Game by Meg Schaefer. You may have noticed these books for the prompts can be interchangeable. They both have yellow text on it. This is a very pale yellow. I know it picks up a little bit white on camera, but trust me, it's yellow. And they both have game in the title. Next class is Astronomy, and the course focus is Constellations 3, and this is Zodiac recommendations. I don't like this prompt. I think basing book recommendations on the day you were born is weird, but apparently that just makes me a Capricorn. So for this one, I'm going to read Pride and Prejudice. I went through like 2 pages of Google recommendations for Capricorn books, and every book on the list are books that I've never heard of and have absolutely no interest in, or books that I've already read, or books that I absolutely know I never want to read. So it's a reread for this one, but I'm fine with reading Pride and Prejudice. Again, this is one of my favorite books. Next class is Conjuration, and the focus is Blinding Prisms, and for this, randomly generate a color. This was the color I got, which is a greenish yellowish color. It's kind of really ugly, but it seems to appear here on Small Favors by Erin Craig, especially like in the shadows where it looks a little green, but it looks like just a darker shade of yellow. I held up the picture on my phone of this color to all of my books, and this was the one that had the closest. Next up is Demonology. The focus is Pacts and Contracts, and for this, a book that you did not pay for. For this, I'm gonna read an ARC because I didn't pay for an ARC. It was a gift from the publishing gods, and I'm gonna read A Sweet Sting of Salt. Next class is Elemental Studies. The focus is Call Lightning, and the prompt is a source of light on the cover. For this, I'm going to read A Short Walk Through a Wide World, which you can see the sun-shaped thing here on the cover. The sun is definitely a source of light, I hope. Next course is Spells and Incantations. The focus is a quick count, and the prompt is a random number generated title length. I did 1 to 5 words. If it lands on 5, it's 5 plus, and got 3. So for this, I'm going to read Age of Swords by Michael J. Sullivan, I think. Next school is Artificery, and the focus is Lock and Key. And then the prompt is a lock or key on the cover or in the title. I mean, I went super literal with this, and I'm just going to read the comic Lock and Key Volume 1 by Joe Hill. Has a lock and a key. Next class is inscription. The focus is typography, and the prompt is to write down 3 titles, fold it up, and then pick one. So I have my 3 titles right here. These are 2 books from my Dungeons of Books TBR that didn't make it onto this course syllabus thing, and then 1 book that I have no reason to read. Like, it'll just add an extra book to my TBR. It's not something that I even necessarily want to read. It's just an extra book out in the ether there. So, I'm going to, I wrote these down like 2 weeks ago. I don't know which one is which. So let's go with this one. It's a sticky note, so it's stuck together. And it is White Rage. This is a nonfiction book about racism. Perfect. The next class is Lore. It is an interrupted course. It does not exist, I guess. And the prompt is to reread The Legend of Dia. The Legend of Dia is a short story that G provides us. I'll put it up here. It's like 1 singular page. I'll probably do that tonight. Next class is Psionics and Divination. The course focus is, I don't know how to say that word. Their sentience? I don't know what that means. Anyway, this is prediction bingo. What is prediction bingo, you ask? Well, let me explain it to you. Basically, you get a book, any book, there's like no restrictions to the book that you pick for this, and you take a blank bingo board and fill it out with predictions of things that you think might happen in the book. They could be potential spoilers, they could be like simple things like you think the main character is going to have brown hair. I don't necessarily have a book in mind for this, but I feel like fantasy romance is the way to go when you're just making up like random predictions about things that you're going to see in a book. But I'm going to use my jar of random fantasy romances I got off of various Stuff Your Kindle weekends, days, whatever, and I'm going to just pick one in here, and that is going to be the book that I read for this prompt. And I will do a reading vlog just on the bingo thing. So expect that 1 week this month. Let's go with this book. What is this book? Beneath the Shatter by T.A. Riley. Is it gonna focus? Maybe? Hello? There we go. I'll put the cover here. I don't know anything about it. I'm not gonna look it up right now. I will read the synopsis and set up the bingo card in an upcoming vlog, so you can go through that whole process with me. Next prompt is Restoration. The focus is regaining consciousness, and the prompt is to read a book that you think would cure a reading slump. For this, I'm going to read The Keeper 6 by Kate Elliott. It is a novella, which is one of the main reasons I think it would cure a reading slump. I really, really like short, quick books when I don't want to read. Like if I can read it in a few hours and I'm done, like that helps a lot with slumps. For me personally, maybe not for you, but this is a prompt for me. I've also read one other novella by Kate Elliott before that I really, really liked, and I feel like it was instrumental in curing a previous reading slump, or at least instrumental in helping cure it, so I think this one would also do the same, but we'll find out. And last but not least, the class is Shapeshifting, the focus is Mimics, and the prompt is to read a book from an author who blurbed your last 5-star read. That's a lot. Oh, my last 5-star read was Those Beyond the Wall. There are no blurbs on this book, so I went to Penguin Random House's website for this book because they're the publisher. On that page, there's a bunch of praise by authors. The first one is from Veronica Roth, and she has a new book coming out, but I didn't get approved for the arc of it. And I don't think it comes out till May. I could be wrong on that, but I don't think I really honestly don't think I'll be able to get my hands on it in time to do this. So we're going to consider that one out. Then the next blurb is from an author named Elizabeth Bear, and I didn't see anything by her that I liked. I've never heard of her. She might write really well, but nothing really interests me. Then the last one that is by an author, not like a journal or magazine, is by Sarah Pinsker, and I've read one of her books, A Song for a New Day, that I liked but didn't love. It was a Hugo nominee years and years ago, but I'm definitely willing to give another one of her books a try. And so I picked up We Are Satellites, which I think this is her most recent release, so this is what I'm going to read for that prompt. And that is everything. Here are all the books that I'm going to read, all of the prompts. Let me know down below if you're participating, what your calling is, and what book are you most looking forward to reading this month. And I will see you next week for another video. Bye!